Namaskar. In this morning's congregation, some vital discussions had taken place, and based on that, now I present before you the salient aspects of what was discussed. And I believe my life henceforth would be striving towards achieving those aims. See, firstly, what we had dwelt upon was how generally we prepare ourselves for the next few years. We assume certain things, certain assumptions which are based on what we look around us, the bitter experiences of people, and we start working on avoiding those things occurring in our own lives. So we take necessary precautions. It's fine. But ultimately, there are plethora of things that can happen. We will be able to cater only for a few things. What about the others? On the other hand, what generally by catering for all these things, what generally we do is we start attracting, first of all, we are presuming that certain things which are uncomfortable will happen. So therefore we take precautions. We presume. Second, when we presume, we attract. Remember the story, I think 2-3 days back we had discussed. Same story. What we are is because of our thoughts. So what we will be 20 years hence will also be because of the thoughts that we entertain today. So this is one thing. So therefore, if I entertain certain thoughts which are neither attracting certain things nor they are repelling certain things, neither in favor nor against, we're taking things as they come. I don't think there should be any problem. This is one. Second point that came up was, suppose by the grace of God there is a law wherein the children have to take care of the kids, of the parents. Very good. Also there is a lot of social pressure which also works to our benefit. That is second. But the question that we need to ask ourselves is, what stops us from catering for all things in future now itself? One. Second, if the children have to cater for our requirements, when do they cater for theirs? If the children have to fulfill our wishes, मेरे को तीरथ कराओ, मेरे को ये कराओ, मेरे को वो कराओ, life in times to come is going to be very, very complicated, very complex. So if they are there to fulfill my wishes, when do they fulfill theirs? The time available to them is also the same. Therefore, there is no requirement of being dependent on the children for fulfilling our needs and our desires. For our needs, the service sector is growing and we can get every service available and what is required. But the idea of piling on to the next generation in anticipation is something which I would resist my own self. I would not be doing that, because if I pile on to them, what do they do with the load they already have on them? Possibly they may not have the time. So the more desires I have, the more expectations I have from them, the more disappointments I will be having, because uh, disappointments and desires and wishes, hopes, they are all the same. Not even two sides of the same coin. They are same sides of the same coin. Just like the moment you are born, death is certain. They are not two sides of the same coin. They are same side of the same coin. It is there. It is written. Similarly, when I have a desire for somebody else to fulfill, that is ridiculous. Let him fulfill his desire. Let me fulfill mine. This is the second thing. The third thing that we discussed, and it was very eye opening for me also, was when up to a certain stage I engaged with the world. Beyond a point, I start disengaging. And disengaging to the extent that it is something like, as I've heard, a snake. A snake, towards the end of life, it just goes on a tree and and it is there till that time. That's all. I think that's a very honorable way to get into the other realm of life. So these are the few things I thought uh, I should be implementing in my life, and I wish to share. Thank you for listening.